Hello, and welcome to the final part of the Kirby's Adventure 100% Let's Play. Although it's not really going to be 100%, is it? Because I'm not doing extra mode on the thing. Yeah, I'm not going to do extra mode, I'll show it off a little bit. This is just showing off the extra stuff you can do in the game as opposed to the main adventure. Remember how I said I wasn't going to do many of the minigames? Well, this is what this part's are going to have. The minigames, boss rush, and the extra mode. But first off, the minigames, all on level 2. Because why not? So first off, we've got Crane Fever. Basically, this is a crane game. The general premise is if you manage to get the big Kirby into the thing, then you can get 2 lives. If you get the little Kirby into the thing, you get 1 life. But it's very finicky about picking up the big Kirby. Somewhat really annoying. I think changing the difficulty only changes the speed that the thing comes out at. So, yeah. It's a bit weird how we can only pick up the pink ones. There's plenty of other Kirbys in there that we can pick up. I wonder how much lives a Waddle Doo would give you. Yeah, this is a pretty... It's not that... It's an okay minigame. It's not that great. Usually you're guaranteed a 1-up because the little ones are so easy. So, Quick Draw. Which I think has become a little bit of a staple in the Kirby series. Basically, it's a game of draw, essentially. You pick... When it says fire, hit A. You need to be very quick with the later ones. If you press A before it, then that counts as a fail, and you're allowed to fail, and you're allowed to do 2 mess ups. You're allowed to do 2 false starts as it is. So yeah, depending on how many you kill, you can get a certain amount of points or 1-ups. You see, there you go. I pressed it before it because I was trying to anticipate before it. These ones are very, very. I like how the enemies progress up. Like, here, the final one is DDD. And I like that. Anyway, that one's pretty good, but it's not that brilliant in my opinion. It would be good for a 2-player one, though. See if you could do it in 2-player. This one's my favourite of the 3. I love Egg Catcher. It just has a charm to it that I really like. And I'm not even really that good at it. So yeah. But I like doing this one over and over. That's the one that I think is the best. Egg Catcher. Alright, this is extra mode. That was all the 3 minigames. They're not really anything big. They're just fun little distractions, as a minigame should be. And you can avoid a roar of life ups throughout it. Yeah. Okay, this is extra mode. I'm not going through the whole thing. I'm just showing off the first level and a glitch. I'll show off a glitch afterwards as well. Extra mode is basically the main game, but you only have 3 hit points maximum, and there's no save feature. I think in the Game Boy Advance remake they added the save feature in. As someone who started his video game thing with Dreamland, I'm very disappointed in this extra mode. Because all it is you've got less hit points. There's nothing beyond that. So, this was me forgetting that I can't do the glitch until I beat the level. So yeah. All this is another run of the game, but with less hit points and no save. I don't find that appealing, to be honest. Because you don't even... You need to do this to unlock the sound test. So, there's that. But... As good as the Kirby's Adventure music is, I don't think it's worth going through the extra mode to do the sound test because it's so meh. It's pretty lackluster in my opinion, especially in comparison to Dreamland. So yeah, in Dreamland the game actually got harder. The enemies changed their patterns and everything, and some enemies were replaced outright. So yeah. Alright, this is the glitch. I think I do the glitch here, but I'm trying to time it perfectly. What you want to do this glitch is get rid of your ability and at the same time exit the stage. What this will do, it says Kirby is normal there, but in fact Kirby still has an ability according to the thing. Funnily enough, if you inhale that star, it counts as nothing. If you do this with most enemies, you're just going to get Kirby with nothing, with the inability to do anything at all. If If you do this when Kirby's transformed or holding a weapon though, then Kirby permanently holds the weapon or stays in the transformed state. Like if you do it with UFO, Kirby will be stuck as a UFO. And if you do this with a sword or a hammer, Kirby will permanently be holding the sword or hammer. Meta Knight would be proud. That was weird. I've not seen him fire the other way before. Huh. Anyway, yeah. The glitch is interesting. People use it a lot to do speedruns because the UFO is so much better at combat. And having the UFO pseudo permanently would be brilliant. Here's the issue with doing it when I've not got an ability, because I wanted to see if I could try and beat this level without an ability. But I need the ability to inhale those bombs to take on this boss. Mini boss. So yeah. I can't do anything to this guy. Because as you can see, the splash does no damage. Alright. So that's extra mode, kind of, and a glitch. And that's the minigames. One more thing. The boss rush. Yeah, Kirby's Adventure has a boss rush for you to go through. And considering that I like the bosses in this game, I like this mode. Certainly better than the extra mode. The extra mode is a major disappointment. But this is not. I like this. This also gives me a chance to show off another little glitch. So yeah, that is basically all there is extra apart from the sound test. I'm not showing the sound test. There's not a lot of there's not that much extra content, but the thing is, there is extra content. I can't think of many NES games that had extra content beyond the main adventure. When I think of ones that have extra content, Kirby's Adventure is the only one that comes to mind. So yeah, there's that. I think it's pretty neat. I've never really liked the paint roller. The paint roller is like the black spot in the bosses. The other boss, I think the heavy bowl as well, I guess. But on the whole, I like the bosses in this game. Paint roller does allow me to show off something though, which I'm trying to do right now. That's why I'm not attacking paint roller anymore. Just speed up the footage here. Until the enemy that I need is summoned. So, let's see. Where is the enemy? Here we go. Right. The enemies that the paint roller summons, you can actually inhale them and absorb abilities from them. This one gives you Mike, which has a limited amount of uses. But if you use the last use while Kirby is on the Star Rod piece, Kirby will not have a chance to get rid of the ability, which means you'll enter into this boss with Mike still intact and with uses for it. See that number there? It was 0 a moment ago and now it's gone into P2 or P4, 3 in that. Kirby essentially got 256 uses, I think, or 266, I can't remember which number, of Mike, thanks to that. So yeah, really broken. So the rest of this video is just a boss rush, so I'm just going to say my final thoughts. Oh, it's annoying going through this part with Mike, because the best way by far to ascend this thing is to use high jump. But you'd have to get rid of Mike to use high jump. And actually, if you just keep flying up like this, Krako will eventually come up beneath you. Krako does get wise to it. That's why I'm stopping and waiting for Krako sometimes. Why wasn't Krako in Return to Dreamland? Return to Dreamland had everything else I like in a Kirby game. Literally, that one staple boss is the only thing it didn't have. Anyway, I guess I should give final thoughts on the game now. It is easy. There's no getting around that fact. But I think it's still a fun kind of easy. Kirby has a knack for doing that. Kirby games seem to be... to those who frequent TV tropes, you'll probably know about the phrase, it's easy so it sucks. Kirby seems to be the only one who manages to escape that. Most of Kirby's games are like really, 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 really easy. Like it's a beginner's sort of platformer thing, but it's got a lot of charm. And there's so many different powers you can use, so there's so many different ways to play the game. Kirby's got a nice charm to me. I like Kirby. And Kirby's Adventure is one of his better outings. I personally prefer Dreamland, and Return to Dreamland's better as well in my opinion. But Kirby's Adventure, I still really like it. Kirby's Adventure is up there. Kirby 64 is probably just beneath it for me. Then again, I'm a sucker for 8-bit stuff, so maybe 64 is better, maybe it's not. I like this one more. It's also why I like Dreamland the most. Yeah, here's the only guy who you cannot defeat with Mike. Because Meta Knight's a clever git and makes you use the sword. Oh no, wait, you can't take on Nightmare either because you're forced to have the Star Rod. The game's pretty long. I do think it's got a lengthy quest. And as a NES game, there is a lot of content in it in my opinion, and the graphics are brilliant. The gameplay is standard Kirby fare, which is to say it's neat gameplay. And the music's brilliant in my opinion. I like the music a lot. The sound test would be worth unlocking if it weren't for the fact that extra mode just isn't that exciting. I don't like extra mode. It's boring. That's the problem a lot of Kirby games have with their extra mode. A lot of them follow the formula of this one. The ones that I really just prefer Dreamland's one, where they actually make the game more difficult. So yeah, just a little something. Interesting thing here, if you do lose Mike and then you re-inhale it, it keeps the number counter there. That use of Mike, Mike still has that many uses available to it. This would be so broken in the main game. It's broken here. The boss rush is pathetically easy if you do this. But yeah, I actually think it would be kind of interesting invoking the. No, I don't know what I'm saying. Ignore me. Alrighty. So yeah, not a lot left to say really. I enjoyed doing this LP. I don't know if it came across like that from the thing. It's probably some people probably won't consider it's 100% LP because I didn't actually show off the entirety of extra mode, and I didn't show the sound test. But they're there. I just don't feel like going through extra mode to get it on the file. So yeah, and I'm not showing off sound test because it's just a sound test. And while I like the soundtrack, there's not really one song that I'll sit there and listen to. You know, like with Sonic Adventure 2. Where I will listen to I Am the Eggman and Iron Gate and Final Rush a lot. Be surprised how often you'll be surprised how often I spend just at the sound test of Adventure 2 on my Xbox. I think the only game that sees more use for a sound test is the original Sonic Adventure. So yeah, that's the final part of this LP. The next one after this is going to be Spyro 2. I love Spyro 2, it's brilliant. It was my childhood to a degree, alongside Pokemon on the Game Boy. So yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun doing that LP. It's going to be another 100% one. And yeah, I hope you like it. Hope you enjoyed this Kirby's Adventure LP as well. All 5 of you that watched it, I haven't gotten many views on them, I think. In comparison to Adventure 2. So yeah. Alright. See you next time.